you're doing well. Well, let's see. This will be airing on the 10th of January, 2024. Wow. Got the tree out. Not sure I'm going to do another natural tree. Yep. We found these little mites, that aphids or something, that came out all over the place. That was the end for Sue. Bugs don't work. Can't overcome the bug issue. Probably going to have to go with the artificial tree, but just, if you know of an artificial tree out there that doesn't have lights, that you put your own lights on, let me know, please. Anyway, getting rid of the tree. It's gone. That'll be, by the time this airs, I would have gotten rid of it on Friday the 5th. It'll be gone. Can't count on Sue to help unless she has gloves and a hazmat suit. Don't want to get near those bugs. Just kidding. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. We have much to be thankful for, and as we started this year off, we talked about the issue of change, and I just want you to consider that change is not necessarily bad. I think we'd all agree to that, right? Things change in people's lives, and some of them are really good changes, and some of them aren't so good. But either way, when something changes, there's an adjustment, a psychological, sometimes physical adjustment, circumstantial adjustment that we need to make. You get a promotion, you're given more responsibility, more expectation. Change. You get more money, you have more opportunities to spend it. Change. Get a new car, or have an old car and it breaks down. Change. Things happen. Change, from a negative viewpoint, was injected at the fall. We talked about this last Sunday, that everything was perfect, and as we said in Genesis 1:14, God still had days and months and years. There was change, but we didn't start counting the years of a person's life until after the fall. Genesis chapter 5 is when we start noting how long a person lives. Think about that. Ever since the fall, we've been looking for, or we've been reckoning on our death, counting the years until. It's just part of life. But change was not meant to be something that was overwhelming to us as finite creatures, meaning we have no control. We don't decide the end from the beginning. We don't know what circumstance is going to occur or how it's going to affect us. And this is why, as we said in the last devotion, that God had a plan way ahead of the problem. Whereas we have to face the problem and figure out a plan, God had a plan way ahead of the problem. He sacrificed a lamb, and he clothed Adam and Eve, and he gave a promise in verse 15 of chapter 3 that there would be a Redeemer, would be born of the seed of the woman, crush the serpent's head. He had a plan. God's plan is perfect. Everything he does is perfect. His way is perfect. Everything about him. And therefore, we simply, as believers, have adjusted ourselves to his perfect plan. This is why we can rest. When the Word of God speaks in Hebrews chapter 4 of this day that is appointed to us to just rest, that we don't have to strive. I don't have to figure out how everything is going to go. My God provides for me. He takes care of me. He has a plan. He's already planned it out. He knew I would move out to this part of the country. He knew that we would raise our children here. He knew that I would be a part of an affiliation, that I would go to Luther Rice and Northwest Baptist and other schools and be a part of other institutions. He understood all that. He knew that all these things would be a certain way, and that this is what he had for me. My job and yours is just simply to be faithful with what God places in our grasp, if you will, what he entrusts us with. Isn't that what Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 1? It's appointed unto a house steward just simply to be faithful. I guess this should be our motto. In 2024, I'm just going to be faithful. Whatever God presents, I'm going to be faithful. Now we have people in our congregation that have seen some drastic changes in their life. Some elderly people, some that have had health issues. And what is amazing to me is to see a person in the midst of very stressful change, but yet, even in the midst of that, there's a sense of peace and rest and a faithful calm that comes in knowing the Lord. I don't know what's going to happen to you this year. I don't know what's going to happen in our country. And certainly in our city, I can't tell you what's going to happen next. It gets pretty crazy here at times. But one thing I do know is that it's not beyond the care of God. This is why we can cast all our cares on him, it says in 1 Peter 5 and verse 8 and on. Why? Because he cares for us. We know. Look, God already has a provision. He has a plan before the problem. And it all rests in Jesus Christ. Great place to take a nap. Till next time, friends. God bless you.